Ah, kumusta ulit mga ka-EFREN dyan, mga fans ni EFREN. Kasama na ako. Kumusta kayo? At ito, may re-react lang akong video ni laro ni EFREN BATA nung ah, 2023 9-ball 2 sa Derby City Classic Road 4. At 9-ball tong game na to. Okay, umpisan natin kung anong mga kaganapan dito, kung paano naglaro si EFREN. Sa taon na yan, 2023, ang edad ni EFREN ay 60, 68, 54 siya or 67, mga ganun. 68, oo, tama, 68. Okay po, umpisahan natin.
Welcome everybody to the 2023 Derby City Classic 9-ball division. This is round 4, and as you see on your screen, we've got two great players.
Round pala.
The first one, EFREN Reyes, needs no introduction. He's had a great week here at the Derby City Classic, and our second player is Justin Voke. You see on the screen, 96% and 4%. They're giving Justin Voke a 4% chance of winning this match out of the gate because he is a 656 Fargo. EFREN Reyes is a 775. I think that percentage is a wee bit low, in my opinion, but we will carry on from there. I am your host, Scott Frost, aka The Freezer, and I'm very, very happy to be here with you all. As you see, EFREN Reyes wins the lag. And this video is brought to you in part by Bad Boys Billiard Productions. Thank you so much for your support.
And thank you so much to Railbirds TV.
EFREN does win the lag.
For sharing this video.
Like I said, it's going to be interesting how he's breaking the balls. EFREN Reyes does have one loss. He was beat in an earlier round, or defeated in an earlier round, by the great Robbie Capito. Now the goal is to make the one in the side. He got the 5 down and has a nice shot on the 1. Looks like he's going to draw back to the long side towards the 8. If he can, or maybe too much angle here. So he might have to punch over to the short side. Yeah, so he punched to the short side. Watch the cue ball. He should be perfect.
Galing talaga ni EFREN sa preparation.
Cue ball lengthened out there quite a bit.
Sandali lang po.
Yeah, he's put a real nice kill stroke on that ball to hold for the 3 in the topside pocket. Looks to me like he's going to come between the 8 and 9. 3 rails coming into the path of the 4, which is close to the pocket. He's done nicely here. It looks to me like in rack number 1, EFREN Reyes is going to make short work of it. No need for explanation here. Center table, anywhere, will be good. Just like so. Probably wants to carry a slight angle on this 8, come 2 rails out for the 9. He's gonna have to reach a little bit. Rail up now, due to the angle he was served with. And in game number 1, EFREN Reyes makes quick work with a break and run. Nicely done. So he did pocket the 5 in the side pocket. The 1 went long. That tells me he hit him a little bit full. We are racking the 9 on the spot.
Hustlin.
This stream is sponsored by Hustling USA, JB Custom Cases, Jerry Olivier Custom Cues, Littman Lights. Thank you guys so much for your cooperation. Let's see if EFREN can make an adjustment on this break. Wants to catch the one just a fraction thinner than he did last time.
Ikaw nanalo sa
Trying to
game,
pocket in this
ikaw rin
lower left
magsiset
side
up ng
pocket.
mga bola.
This is the only angle we have to work with, but I am thankful for it, and I hope you are too. He's caught these much more full.
Dry break.
And this time he's come up dry.
Dry break.
And you could tell by the path that cue ball took straight back that he caught those balls full. These players are trying to cut break this rack. And if you catch it correctly, the cue ball will go back and forth through the pack, ideally catching the 9 and then getting a shot on the next object ball, which could be the 2. Let's see how Justin Voke decides to play this. Okay, he chose to bank at it. Did he luck the 4 in? He has lucked the 4 in. And he's carried a type of position. I don't know that he can go forward with this angle that I'm looking at. But he can definitely elevate. All he's got to do is dig. If he gets back even a 1.5 feet or so, I think he can hold the line for the 3 in the side. It looks to me like he's leveled out, so he must be able to go forward for the 2 in the lower side. Okay, he's overhit this and missed the mark on the 1. Rattled the pocket. EFREN is faced with a difficult shot. This isn't easy because he's going to go forward with the cue ball unless the angle's fooling me. Okay, the angle actually laid pretty good.
Galing.
So EFREN Reyes off to the races again in game number 2. I don't see anything stopping him here.
Nandiyan pa rin mga tira niya, oh. Hindi pa rin basta
And he
matalo
looks
to
to
sa
be
tournament.
staying down on the ball quite well. He's had a very
Mahirap pa rin
long
talunin
week
sa
of pool.
tournament to.
An amazing finish in the 1 pocket. He finished 3rd.
Hindi mo
Everybody
pwedeng
pulling for
sabihin
him to
na
win the tournament. Congrats
ng
to
ibang
Tony
player
Chohan
na sasabihin nila
for
kaya-kaya
winning
ko
the
yan.
1 pocket tournament. But boy,
Matanda na
EFREN
yan.
Reyes looked like he
Hindi
was going
pwedeng
to give
ganun
it
dahil nandiyan pa rin yung tira
everything
niya,
he
oh.
had and win the 1 pocket. And that would have been awesome to see at 69 years old.
69 na siya dyan.
Wanted to stay
2023.
below this 6, but I think he's fine or
2023.
content with
Kasi
this.
69
He can
lang.
punch 2 rails, 3 rails
Dapat yan, mga
towards the
68 pa
7.
lang.
He could even come to the short side of the 7. I think he's going to elect to come center
1954
table like
siya.
this.
Dapat 69 na siya dyan.
Boy, he's playing awful quick as well. EFREN plays pretty quick, but he seems like he's in a real quick mode.
Yun.
Nice kill shot there.
Yung 8 sa kabilang ko.
He uses that inside English with a center ball. If that makes any sense, about as good as anybody on the planet. Look at this speed.
Yung speed kontrolado niya
So
tubol.
EFREN Reyes batting 1,000, and so far that 96% chance to win this match looks pretty good.
Pag ikaw winner,
And
ikaw rin
those
mag-arrange. Ikaw rin
percentages
mag-set
just
up ng bola.
adjusted to 98%. This entire event is hosted by Diamond Billiard Products, Ian Simonis, Aramith Billiard Balls, Altsville Rack, Accustats Video Production, and Masters Billiard Chalk. Thank you guys so much for your support. We couldn't do this without you.
Kano kayo premyo dyan?
EFREN making sure the balls tighten up.
Prestigious
See
na
if he's
tournament.
even aware. I mean, I don't know that he's even aware of where he's got to hit to pocket the 1. I think he knows. He knows everything about pool.
Prestige na tournament din to.
Yeah, he's just hitting them way too full. Way too full. So I'm a little bit surprised he hasn't gone to school on that, right? If you're hitting him a little bit too full and the 1 is coming long of the side pocket, You've got to make your adjustment and catch it thinner. I think he's hitting the cue ball accurately. He's just not hitting the one accurately. Justin Voke. Guarantee you he can play. I've heard his name many times. It just seems to me that he might be a little bit uncomfortable, and that might have something to do with the man at the table. EFREN now playing trick shots. It didn't go. Obviously, he thought he had a clean pocket. Justin quick to get down on the ball and quick to strike it as well.
Kala mo lusot na lusot yun eh. Daming binanggaan pa niya. 2 bolang bumangga siya.
Could have a lot to do with the heart rate. Justin, fun fact here, Justin Voke has no losses in this tournament. As I mentioned, EFREN has a loss to the great Robbie Capito. Boy, they definitely don't roll off when he's shooting, in all fairness. I think he was playing a safe there. He just overhit the 2. I didn't mind the shot. He was stunning the cue ball down below the 9. He was playing the 2, 3 rails up by the 7, and he just way overhit it. Don't mind the shot selection.
Saan papasukin niya yan? Dito sa kabilang corner? Ah, yeah.
EFREN's caught the 2 pretty thick. Did he get away with it, so to speak? It looks like he kind of has. Let's see if Justin can punish him for that error.
Score.
You've got a couple options here. You could chip the 2, possibly up towards the 3 or behind the 9 and play the cue ball behind the 4. You could wrap the cue ball around 2 rails below the 4 and go up towards the 5. Try and get behind the 5 and 8. Or you could just bank at it. Looked like he hit it pretty good. It did not go. And he has left EFREN in an awkward position. You get the feeling that EFREN wants to stay aggressive in this match. He's not going to stay aggressive here unless he goes to the bank, and he did go to the bank. He's landed a little off angle here for the 3 to the lower right corner. I believe he can punch 1 rail over. Well, he's hit it a little thick again. Same pocket, almost the same exact spot. All right, this is a legitimate shot that Justin Voke has now at the table. And I like the fact he's taken a few more seconds. He looks a little bit more settled down as well over the ball. Okay, he's really overdrawn this. Actually hit the ball nicely, too nicely. Put a little left English on it, which pulled it back. Probably just needed some straight low. You can chop this with a center ball and come back and forth. Now notice the time he's taking versus the first couple innings. Yeah, he's overhit this as well. Obviously overcut it. The cue ball got away from him. EFREN, a master at this kill shot. Oh, and the angle, he didn't really even have to kill it. He let it naturally run 2 rails up close to the 5. And that's that center inside English. He just lets that cue ball just go through the object ball very cleanly.
69 years old, pero magaling pa rin. Parang hindi pa rin nagbabago.
EFREN Reyes playing at the likes of maybe one Joshua Filler or Jason Shaw. He maybe an Earl Strickland in his prime. He's running around the table, it seems, almost. What tends to happen here, guys, in the Derby City Classic is by the time that you get to the 9
Galing.
ball, most everybody's not only in
Galing.
stroke, they're almost
Talagang ano,
comatose in a lot of ways. There's
nandiyan pa rin si
so much pool to
ano,
play. It's such a
EFREN.
great event, but everybody's very
Hindi pa
comfortable at
rin
this point in the tournament,
hindi mo pa rin pwedeng
and they're just kind of
kumpiyansahan.
on freewheel mode. So you see a lot of really, really good 9-ball played at the end of the
3-0.
Derby.
3-0 na.
Kulang ang ganda pag bango conscious. Kaya dapat, di ang maganda. Aroma.
And by the looks of the last 2 breaks, or at least the last break, I would say that EFREN's not really too familiar with the one going to the side and his adjustments that he needs to make. I could be wrong, and he might get told the information during the match. He might
Race to 9.
inquire,
Malapit
but
na.
you would expect him to hit this a little bit thinner to where he gets the cut out of the balls here. He's hitting the cue ball in the right place. Yeah, he's actually playing into them full, and he's getting
May
this
pumasok.
ball to go one rail across side.
Isang bola pa.
And
Isang
he'll
bola
take
lang
it.
pumasok.
Maybe EFREN knows something we don't know, because that turned out pretty sweet. Look at this. Did he go to the short side, or was he going to play the combination? The 2-9 looked really good, but I don't know that he's going to shoot it from there. Yeah, he's going to play the 2 now.
Galing pa rin.
Pretty well controlled. This actually lays quite nice. Just come 1-2 rails up towards the center of the table.
Yo, talaga naman.
EFREN Reyes, a 99% favorite to win this match. I'm starting to believe it.
Kaliwa.
But I didn't in the beginning.
Ba? Mapilit sa kanan, ha? Magaling
Pretty
pa rin talaga.
self-explanatory here. You can stop or punch
99%
more
daw to
towards
win
the
this
8.
game. Or this match.
And he's just punched a little bit.
Hindi ganong malakas to si Justin Volk.
EFREN Reyes takes a 4-0 lead with the drop of this 9.
Tinambakan niya muna ang kalaban.
And looking to advance in
4-0
round
muna.
5. Pretty interesting. He's catching the 1 full, and there are 2 games now where he's made the ball crossed side 1 rail and got in position on the 1. And I haven't seen people break like this. Not near as much anyway. The top guys are all cut breaking, guaranteeing the 1. And they basically really do guarantee the 1. They're making it realistically 85
Minsan
to
pag nag-break
90%
si
of the time.
may mga games
Sometimes
o tournament na
100% of the time.
napanood ako. Kada
And when you
break
can
niya,
guarantee a ball on the break, it's
yung one ball
very,
pumapasok sa
very
side pocket.
powerful, obviously.
Halos
So he's switched sides now.
walang sablay sa sa side pocket yung one ball.
Wow, he's
Pero
hit
ngayon,
them full again. The 5
hindi
comes
niya magawa.
cross side, but way short of the
Dry
side,
break
and
na
he's going to come up
naman.
dry. Can Justin Voke take advantage? That's the question.
Justin Volk.
Can he turn this into a match? I've heard his name many times. I really feel like we're not seeing near the best of Justin Voke right now, and I'm hoping we get to see some of that throughout the rest of this match. Well, he's controlled this pretty perfectly. can play the 3 in the same corner as the 1 that he just played. I definitely like how he settled down. A nice stroke there, much more under control. He's let the cue kind of go out of his hands a few times. I think that's due to that heart rate being up a little bit. I like that play. He had to cheat the 3 a little bit to hold the cue ball. Does he go into the 5 here? The only concern there is that the 9 could be blocking the top left pocket. Yeah, so he does go into the 5. Does have a shot, but
Kailangan
it's
manalo ka dyan
nothing
para
easy.
hindi tambak.
Note the 7 ball.
4-1.
Plays in the top right, obviously. It's got some pockets. But the concern here is the cue ball is going to end up high of the 6. Let's see if he can hold the cue ball here. He might be steep enough to where he can kill this cue ball to the left of the lower side pocket. So we're almost looking at a different player here than we did in the first couple innings of this match. I have to admit, I like that. I think he's made a great adjustment, slowing down. He's hit that really well. Very good hit. And notice the angle he's got here. He's pretty flat. Actually very flat. I think he could almost cheat it and go forward and come to the short side of the 7, but it takes a good stroke. He's looking to play the combination. Boy, I feel like there's a lot of room for error in that combination due to the spacing of the 7 and 8. But he's at the table.
Ball. Kailangan parang stop shot lang.
So
Nako,
note the
nawala
path
yung
of this cue
combination.
ball. He's going to get there, and he did get
medyo
there. And I
yung
love
power,
the decision.
yung control
I thought
ng
he
cue
might
ball.
be able to do this.
Hindi na control.
Does he have to run into the 8 here? Or can he miss it? I think he's going to have to run into it. He might be able to miss the top edge of this ball. Yeah, he's run into it, but he's taken his eye off of the object ball.
5-0 na naman.
And all that work could be for naught.
Bang
Made a
shot
real
or
nice run to that
pagagapangin
point.
ni EFREN.
EFREN here putting 100% focus into potting this 7 in the lower left. Speaking of lower left, that's probably what he's going to use. Well, he chose to bank it. We are playing on 4 1/4 inch pockets. They've tightened these tables up this year. And notice that 7 didn't go. The side pockets are also tight. So we've got a break here for Justin Voke. He's got an opportunity to get one on the board.
Pero mahirap pa rin tirahin yan, ha?
Send the cue ball 1 rail up. Maybe a tip of high right. Just a fraction of right. He's looking to kick this ball, so it lays tougher than I think you could cut that, but maybe I'm incorrect. But he knows what he's doing. What a hit. Nice shot, Justin.
Galing, Tinik-shot niya.
2 rails out. Justin Voke is going to get
at least
on the board
5-4-1 na, 4-1
in game number 5. He will be trailing 4 games to 1, but we're going to get an opportunity to see how he breaks the balls. They have Mr. Voke at a 1% chance of winning this match. If there was a casino anywhere nearby, I would be rushing to it. I'd put $1 on it, at least $1. Yes, I am getting crazy. in my older age. And I am your host, Scott Frost, aka the Freezer. Thank you all for joining us. Justin trying to find the magic 8-ball. And he has found it. So let's see what Justin knows about the 9 on the spot break. Or as I like to call it, the Moscone Cup break. I think that's what we all relate this rack to. The only difference is here, guys, is that you cannot put the 2 on the back. Whereas in the WNT or the World 9-Ball Tour hosted by Matchroom, the 2 needs to be on the back. Well, he's also hitting them full, and the 5 is tracking. It's tracking. And that 5 went 1 rail across the top side, so pretty interesting. There's obviously something to this.
Mas malakas pa nga si
Magician mag-break. And maybe try it. EFREN Reyes looking to cut this and come at least 2 rails out. Yes, he's going to come 3. How did he do? Perfect. Pinch it back a fraction or stop right there. Well, he's missed the ball. Interesting. Couple uncharacteristic messes by Reyes.
Yeah.
Here in the mid-match. Not even mid-match. This is game number 6. A little early to be mid-match. The bank does play here. Where's the cue ball going? Well, it's going to lay up pretty sweet. Nice shot by Justin Voke. Very nice bank.
Shot.
Notice the 4. It's not hanging all the way. Just play to overcut this 3 a fraction. Should knock the 4 down and get position on the 3 in the same corner, obviously. Yeah.
4-2, 4-2.
This is okay. He'd like to get a little right of where the cue ball is now and off the rail. Just got to cut 3 in with a little left. Just a fraction of left, or you can use a center high if it's laying right. Yeah, he's hit it too thick. This is going to be a problem. You cannot do that with the man at the table. Especially when you're in control.
5-1 to. Wala, hindi 4-2. 5-1 ang mangyayari.
He might have a little work to do here. That 9 is a big ball right now. If he'd like to come 2 rails towards the 6, it's a real big ball. I think he might come between the 7 and 8 softly. Let's see how he plays this. Well, that's what he elected to do. He caught the edge of the 7. I thought he might hit it even easier and just take the cut on the 6 from above the 9.
7.
He got the 6 down.
5-1 nga.
He's got him quite flat here, so he's got a couple options. He can draw back a little or a lot. He's elected to draw back a lot. I almost liked him playing it in the top right corner. Now he's got distance and kind of a blind ball here.
Nagwigil din. Buti na lang
Did he get away with it? It looks to me like he's got Justin snookered on the pro side, which can be a problem. I don't know if he can swerve the cue ball. He can obviously kick 1 rail to it.
Kick shot siya dito sa kabilang
I
corner.
think that's what he's going to be
Kabilang
forced
rail.
to do.
Long
Some
rail,
people would
pero
say this is a
at
little
least
lucky by EFREN Reyes, but the cue
may
ball was
chance
good.
na matamaan.
I'd like to catch this second rail.
Oh,
Well, he's double
nag-double
kissed
kick.
the 8
Double
in.
kiss pa.
And in game number 6, Justin Voke has an
4-2.
opportunity to
4-2.
climb within 2.
Yun.
And he's done
4-2.
that.
Okay.
Is he still a 1% dog to win this match? No, wait a minute. He's a 2% dog. So Justin Voke climbing the ladder.
4-2.
Sulit ka sa Guard 2-in-1. Anti-dandruff shampoo na? May conditioner pa. Switch na.
Mag-Vicks Inhaler for fast relief mula
Talastas
sa
pa.
paradong ilong. Lakas ang boses ko! Vicks
Huwag
Inhaler.
nating cut yung patalastas para yung
Do us a
Railbirds
favor.
TV ang
Railbirds TV on
Kikita.
YouTube. Like and subscribe the page. They're bringing you the best content.
or,
Hit that notification
yung
bell.
monetize.
Thank you all so much.
Monetize na sigurado to, kaso lang. Yung proceeds
Once
nung
again,
commercial,
the magic
yung ads,
missing ball.
pupunta sa kanila kasi
He will get it sooner or later.
sa ano nila yun eh. Sa video nila, may ads.
Pretty fascinating to watch EFREN Reyes this week playing one pocket. It's no longer
One pocket ng
a game of defense.
Tapos
It's a
mayroon
game of the
pang
first shot.
bank
EFREN's
pool.
creativity
Bank
has
pool.
shined throughout the entire week,
Bank,
carrying
bank
him
tournament
to the
or
semifinals.
match.
And boy, what a Cinderella story it is and really could have been if he wins the tournament. Let's watch the 5. See what the 5 does. See the 5? It's tracking again towards the side, and he hit him so well he pocketed the 1 and the 2, and he's got bunt position on the 3. There might be something to that break. He hit those balls very square. But you'd have to ask yourself, if there was something to that break, wouldn't the elite players be using it? I don't know. I like the cut break. I think that the potential to pocket the 1 on the cut break is so great that it's almost impossible to shy away from it. Notice that he's forcing himself to use half the cue ball here. Otherwise, if he goes to a high cue ball, it's going to get away from him a little bit unless he decides to stun. Yeah, this was always the problem. This was always the problem.
3. Sumusunod 4 balls.
Can you
4-5
see a
na.
piece of it? Definitely doesn't look like it.
4 balls pa. 5, nandyan yung 5.
He didn't want to shoot to the side. It is a little nervy when an object ball has you hampered over the cue ball. He's going to go 2 rails at this 4.
Push. Hindi
Could
pwedeng
go
push.
to the bottom rail as well to the 4 and guarantee contact. He said, no, I'm going to go this way, and just about made it. Problem is the separation. Kicking from that distance just isn't going to be there. And EFREN Reyes
Okay, naliwa na.
back at the table. Going to give us a left-handed exhibition.
Talaga. Yung
Looked a
kaliwang
little
kamay niya, parang
snatchy.
kanan na rin.
But got it done.
Ano pa rin sa control ng cue ball. Ubos na to.
Got a little body movement.
5-2.
And that's probably pretty understandable after about 300 hours of pool. Nice strike there. Real smooth. Did he get on the 50? So I guess he's kind of in between. Meaning if he rolled this ball, the cue ball would be going towards the 8, I think. So he's going to have to, oh boy. This was uncharacteristic. And if there was a casino available, boy, oh boy, would I be running to it. I might put another dollar on it if I was getting 98 to 1, or excuse me, 98 to 2. Justin Voke going at the 7. He's got to knock this down. Position is pretty much automatic. Just want to avoid the top left corner. He seems to execute quite a bit better when he takes this time.
Pero malayo din, long
Usually
distance.
works for most players.
Long shot, kaya medyo mahirap din yan. Nakadikit pa yung cue ball sa
He's going to
rail.
fall into position here if he can drop this.
Ba,
Oh,
ayos
he's
ah.
hit it real well.
Galing
Like
ah.
to stay off this rail, and I think he's gonna.
Galing pa yung preparasyon, no?
Yeah, and he has. Another key shot coming up. This isn't a hanger. Just make sure you get the ball down. He wants to punch up above the 9. One rail. Like so.
Galing.
He's going to be just fine here. Justin Voke coming on strong in game number 7. A big miss by EFREN Reyes. And there you have it, folks.
4-3.
4 games to 3. Reyes leads. Justin Voke to break the balls.
Kumabol ah.
See if he can repeat the process.
Palakihin natin para
Yeah, so what happened that rack, EFREN gets on the 50-yard line on the 7. The problem was that he felt like if he wanted to roll forward, the cue ball was going to contend with the black 8. So I think he tried to punch to the short side and just hit the 7 so full that the cue ball landed on the long side of the 8. Maybe more focused on position than pocketing the ball, and when you have a split focus, anything can happen. We've all done it. We're looking at the position ball and forget to pocket the object ball. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to keep my eye on the 8 and see if it tracks one rail to the lower side pocket. And it does, but so this tells me, and he's pocketed a 5. This tells me that maybe if he hit those a hair thinner, the 8 or that ball behind the 1 tracks towards that side every time and might even get there. Pretty interesting. Now he can roll forward here, I believe. If the angle isn't fooling me, just a fraction. Get a good shot on the 2. Yeah, just like this and just like that. Justin Voke is within 1 game of tying this matchup. He was trailing 4 games to 0. So a little bit of a surprise at this moment, I think, for all of us. You could say that EFREN might be burnt out, which is understandable. But still, not expecting this. And Justin looking like he's settling in, right? Starting to see his skills come together in this match. I think you're okay anywhere above the 7, right? If you want to just come out center table somewhere here, you can play the 6 short side or long side. So you really just want to knock this 3 down and get some type of a cut on the 4. You don't have to get close to it. Yeah, and he's overhit it. I think he was trying to get cute. Did he accidentally come with a shot? Don't believe so. I think he's going to be hampered by the 8.
Kulang sa
Believe he could see a piece of it.
power sa
And the
hindi
angle
lumabas
could
ng
fool
maigi
me.
yung cue ball. Kick
If
shot.
he tries to bank at this, I
Kita ba?
believe the
Kick
kiss is
shot na lang
available.
to, o bank,
He's going to have to really spin
bank
it to
shot
miss
dito
this
sa kabila,
kiss.
bank.
Or is he looking to jump it? No, he's trying to.
Wala. Talagang yun, kita
Yeah,
kay
I'm not
EFREN to, kita.
exactly sure. I guess he was trying to utilize the 7, 8, and 9 there, maybe, and bank the 4 one rail below those balls and use the cue ball. Place behind the object balls as a blocker. Didn't work out. EFREN did knock that down. It wiped its feet, but he got it down. This is basically a stop shot.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm seeing a
Ano
lot
ba
of
yan?
flinching going on from
Mintis na
EFREN.
naman.
It tells me fatigue is set in.
Sablay na naman.
If
Sumablay.
you've been to the Derby City Classic, you understand
Oo,
this
fatigue na.
tournament is
Fatigue
all about
kasi
attrition and
laro siya ng kasali
longevity.
siya sa one pocket.
It's definitely
sa-
not
sa
designed
bank
for the
pool
69-year-old legend.
na
That's why it's so
match
fascinating
din,
that he
o
did as
tournament,
well as he's
kasama siya.
done in the one
dyan sa
pocket.
derby. Ano pang sinamahan niya?
To me, this
One
looks like
pocket din
Justin
siguro
is
sa one
almost
pocket,
faced with a
kasama
similar
siya.
situation that he was before.
Kaya
But
medyo
the
ano,
6 is a
tapos may
fraction
edad na siya.
higher this
Kaya
time.
ang kalaban niya
And if
dyan,
you can
fatigue.
see the 6, I think you can miss the kiss with extreme inside. So I'm a little surprised he's not kicking to the bottom rail here. I think you could use the 9, 8, and 7 as coverage.
Oh,
But once again,
galing ah.
what do I know?
Galing.
This is why Justin Voke
Kick
is
shot
out there,
yun ah.
and
Kick shot
I
parang
am
si
behind
Magician ka rin ah.
the booth.
Nahawak yung Magician.
What a shot that was. What an excellent kick that was. With position. He's got a little work
Tapos,
left to do.
Ang ganda pa ng pagka ano, sa 7 no.
I like that play.
4 all
Less
to.
cue ball
4 all.
movement. If he's confident in his ball pocketing,
Talagang humabol ah.
took no risks there. He guaranteed a shot on the 8. Instead of going forward, I think that was the right play. Automatic position here, whether he wants to roll it or draw it. Big shot coming up for Volk. Boy,
Yun.
he's hit this center pocket
For all.
clean as a whistle. And Justin
Ang galing
Voke
din to.
is back.
Is back. Justin Volk is back.
Look at this,
Yun,
folks.
for all.
Reyes was leading 4 games
Ah.
to nothing. It's now 4-4. Okay? They're racing to 5. Let's take a look at this kick.
Oh, yung kick shot na yun, ang galing eh.
I mean, what a beautiful play. And he played
Pwedeng
it.
matawag mo na
Okay, so they're
lucky shot
racing
din
to
nga yun.
5 now, folks.
Hindi naman siya
And they've got
nag-kick shot
Justin
dati.
Voke
Or nag-kick shot
as a
man pero hindi
10%
katulad kay
dog.
EFREN na
to win this match.
consistent
EFREN Reyes
or
is a 90% favorite.
ano na,
I just don't know if that's
normal na kay
accurate
EFREN mga kick shot.
at this moment in the match. But you can be the
Parati niya kasing
judge.
ginagamit.
Comment below. Let us know what you think. 4-4 in a race to 9.
4-4. Kanina 4-0.
And they have Justin Voke at 10%. Who do you guys think should be at 10% in this match? Anybody? Or is it more like 60-40,
Nabaliktad na
70-30?
si EFREN na
Let
lang
us
ang
know
10%. Si,
in the comments
si
below.
Voke na yun
I
ang
would really like
90%
to
na
know.
manalo. Hindi rin gaano
Look at the
kalakasan
7.
ng break niya.
He's hit those
Pero
thinner, like I
gusto
discussed last
pumapasok.
game, and the 7 tracked directly to the side and has gone in. This is really interesting to me.
Meron
I picked it off
siyang
early, off of a couple of breaks that EFREN broke,
may
and you've
special
got to
siyang
think that these guys are playing that ball. Look at the
pinatatamaan doon
position
sa
on the
pag-break
1.
niya.
So instead of pocketing the 1, they're getting position on the 1 and playing the ball behind it, which is not typical with this rack format. He's got to be careful here. He's got to contend with the 4 if he goes forward. Well, I feel like he hit it with pretty good control. He did have a nice shot on the 3. He didn't overhit the ball. I guess you could say he got a little fortunate, but the way he shot it, I don't know that he got real fortunate. I think that's kind of a two-way play. EFREN now can't be thrilled with the position he's in. And you've got to wonder if his eyes are bothering him.
Matalo pa si
He's
EFREN
got a
dito.
two-rail kick at this ball.
Pa,
He
galing.
caught the 3rd rail. And I've said it a million times, if EFREN Reyes is kicking, you're not going to like it. World-class 3-cushion player in his day.
World class 3 cushion.
Probably
player.
can still play a little 3-cushion, I would imagine. Justin Voke going to come off the back rail.
Ba?
He's made good contact.
Keep
Watch
it
the
set
side.
si
Is he going to
Voke.
get a
Mga
little
patay.
love? Well, he's
Open na.
gotten a little love in terms of tying the 3 up.
Two balls.
So EFREN Reyes has a
Ang
few
ano lang, kung
issues
saan niya ilalagay yung cue balls sa 3 balls.
to face
Pag
at the moment.
titirahin niya 3 balls.
He's looking at possibly rolling forward a fraction. Maybe coming off the top side of the 3, playing the cue ball below the 5.
Kita natin. Si EFREN lang nakakaalam ng
Looks to me
natira
like
niya.
he wants to draw this, though. Oh, he's trying to go into these balls. Did he hit it perfect?
Gusto niyang
Boy, he
i-break
was
sana.
close to catching that bottom rail first, and if he would have, he'd be
Wala.
dead straight in on the 3.
Kick shot na
But
naman to.
said, he finds himself in a trap.
Mas maganda yung mga ganyan para magmamagic
How does
si
the
magician.
Hit this ball.
Gagawa siya ng
Or
magic.
does he even want to? Do you place the 6 in a different position? Or do you move the 4?
Paano niya i-kick shot dyan? Dito sa...
He's going at it, so he must
kabilang
feel that there's a
rail.
way he can get safe.
Pero walang pasok ang 3.
He doesn't want to catch that point. Oh, look
Ay,
at
hindi
if he grazes
tinamaan.
the 3, he potentially gets a rail there and puts Voke behind the 8.
Hindi tinamaan.
This is where, if you're Justin Voke,
5-4
you've got
to.
to recognize,
Mangyayari.
where you're at in
5-4
this
in favor of Justine.
bear down, and keep your man on the defense.
Safety ang gagawin niya pala. Ba, lalabanan ka
Utilize
ni
the
magician
9, I
yan pag
believe,
safety gusto mo.
as his protection. Obviously utilizing the 8 as well. Yes,
Ah,
I like it.
oo.
I do like it. EFREN's more than
Kaso,
likely a pretty heavy
Meron na
favorite
namang
here
may
to
ano
get a
si
good hit.
EFREN doon sa kabilang.
But you'd think that Justin will have something. Look at the speed. Uh-oh. This has come
Ay, bad
short.
shot.
This has come short, folks. And Justin Voke in
Ocho ang
game number
tinamaan.
9 has a chance to take the lead.
5-4 na.
And if any of you out there are listening, do me a favor. I'll PayPal you What is he doing here?
Safety
I
uli.
wanted to PayPal you and get you to the sports book. What is he doing here? You've got ball in hand, Justin. They're all open.
What is he doing here?
You've got the 4 in front of the side. The 5 leads to the 6. And the 8-9 are ducks. Take the ball in hand and run out. Take the 5-4 lead. You can't 3-foul the master. I believe this is an error. No matter what he does here, I believe it's an error.
Safety. Ito talagang titirahin na ni EFREN to.
I would call EFREN a pretty heavy favorite to get a hit here. And he has gotten a pretty good hit. And he was a heavy favorite to make that hit.
Pero wala.
Justin, similar to ball in hand now.
Medyo
But any time you have 5 or 6 balls that are open and they lead to one another, I know you probably want to 3-foul the magician. It's everybody's dream, including mine, and I've been playing EFREN for 50 years. Take the ball in hand and run out. This is okay. I think he would have liked to have been past the 9, but he played it to go there. Pretty sure he can come one rail out, play the 5 in the short side or the top right corner.
4 balls. Ba?
What? He's banked the ball.
Bank shot pala, bank. Yan ang mahirap. Bank
So
shot ka
this
pa.
angle must have completely fooled me. I don't believe I'm seeing things. I'm pretty sure the 4 played in the side. Now Justin elevated over the 6. This is
Elevated ka.
definitely something you want to take a little
Elevated
time
shot.
on.
Mas mahirap. Ba, binang shot na naman niya.
Great
patay
effort,
ka.
actually. A very good effort.
Pero walang ganong
He
butas
went on a banking mission in the last couple of shots.
Bank shot na naman to. Bank, bank, bank.
EFREN needs to bear down here with a center ball.
Or tin cut shot.
I'm up and down. He's taken the defensive route as well. Therefore, the angle is definitely fooling me, and I do apologize for that.
Kita.
And this was a nice touch he put on that ball.
Kita.
I think Justin's going to kick 2 rails to the top side of the 5 using the 8, unless he's got a gap. And I'm sure he does have a gap to the, actually, now that I'm looking at it, to the bottom side of the 5. I think he still wants to go above the 9 here. If you catch the top side of the 5 here, 2 well. He's left EFREN a tester. This is definitely not a hanger in this situation.
Medyo talagang ano yun ni EFREN na to. 5 balls dun sa corner.
Okay, so that decision there, and obviously a great shot being where the 5 landed, but that decision there tells me that EFREN's struggling to see the edge of the ball. And I know that feeling. I don't know that feeling at 69, but I know that feeling at 48.
Kaya medyo
So he must be struggling to see the edge of the ball. He felt that he wanted to earn a better shot than he had there.
dun sa bola.
That shot was by no means easy.
Hindi na niya ganong matansya kung
I feel the 5 is a little too close to the rail for Justin to kick and stick. So what do you do here? Can you see all of the 5? Can you see enough of the 5 to play it up towards the 9 and maybe float the cue up back behind the 8?
9 rock.
Looks like he's a little flat for that angle.
Sino kaya mag-5 dito?
So great shot by Reyes
EFREN
under
or
the
Justine?
circumstances.
Michael Newsom, table 4. Michael Newsom.
Is he looking to cut it?
Ikakat niya doon sa corner ng butas. Sablay, patay ka.
Yeah, he did look to
Scratch pa.
cut it.
Ay, puta, very lucky, oh.
And speak of
Safety pa.
casino, maybe Justin Voke needs to find one.
Safety pa.
Wow. But that gives you an idea of how tight these diamond tables are this year. Like I said, they've gone to 4 1/4 inch pockets versus 4 1/2.
Yung mga
We
butas
have new
maliliit.
cloth. Yes, that makes the pockets bigger, but we're at the end of the road. We're at the furthest part of the tournament in the 9-ball division, so these pockets have definitely tightened up due to the use of the cloth. Pretty intelligent here. He was playing all cue ball there, putting his man on that rail. Makes life much more difficult. We talk about that in the one pocket world. The rail is your friend when you are playing a defensive shot. When your opponent can only see 30% of the cue ball, it makes life much more difficult. Justin is aware of that. And he's got the funny angle.
Funny angle.
Justin decides to play
Funny
the 5 in
angle.
the lower right. The cue ball is going to the top side of your table on the screen. What does he do?
A funny angle.
Yeah, and I think this is going to set up nicely for Reyes.
May butas ba?
If Reyes
Pwede.
can knock this 5 down, he's won the little game of cat and mouse.
Thin cut or cut ng very thin.
Do you
Thin
come
cut
back
shot.
and forth, or do you just kill it with an outside and come
Yun.
one rail? He's going back and
5-4
forth.
pala
He's
si
caught it a
EFREN.
bit
Si
thicker than
EFREN
he
ang
wanted.
mag-5.
He's going to have a tester on the green 6. Position is what they would say is pretty much automatic. So you're going to put all of your attention on knocking this ball down. And he's done
Yun.
that. Very well struck.
5-4, EFREN. Pero ang galing humabol si Justin.
Now he can go forward or 2
4-0
rails out.
kanina.
Player preference.
4-all na.
Might even just draw this. Did take the 2-rail route. Justin Voke had an opportunity at that 10% to take a 1-game lead. EFREN Reyes steals it from him. And in game number 9,
5-4.
Reyes leads 5 games to 4.
Palmolive has a new long-lasting bango. Para di lang maganda, aroma ganda.
Your dedication is impressive. Remember, a commander is only as powerful as their ships. Ships serve as your primary means to explore the galaxy, engage in combat, and much more. Interceptors, explorers, and battleships all come with their accompanying strengths and weaknesses.
Yung monetization yan,
Collect enough
hindi
blueprints
sa akin,
across
di
the galaxy to construct new ships. Continue to upgrade them
hindi ako
and build
monetize.
more to one day
Siyempre
command
kay
a
ano pa rin,
powerful fleet.
sa Railbirds TV pa rin mapunta ang monetization. Yung ads na yan. Skip natin.
I am your host. Thank you all so much. Scott Frost, aka The Freezer. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll go over this one more time. EFREN Reyes does have a loss. He lost in an earlier round to Robbie Capito. Justin Voke into this round 4 with no losses.
Roses pa siya.
Ironically, let's look at that percentage
Baka ngayon lang.
again. So EFREN takes the 5-4
Ngayon siya
lead.
magkaroon ng loss.
Justin Voke's percentage drops to 6%, and EFREN back up to 94.
94-6 na.
This is based off of Fargo rate.
Kanina, sabi nung commentator na sino bang 10% dito? Kasi nag-tie 4-4.
Reyes to break the balls. In game number 10. So let's keep an eye on the black 8, tracking one rail to the lower, up to the side pocket. Boy, he must have put a little something on that, because that 8 took some English on that bottom rail. He must have used some outside. He got a bad kiss there, and he is snookered on the 1.
Snooker nga, hindi nakablock yung 7.
He does have an option. He kicks so well. He could probably control the kick off the back rail. Try and get some good separation. Possibly utilize the 4, the 3, the 8. Or he can push. Okay. There is definitely a couple of good defensive plays here. You could bring the cue ball back 3 rails behind the 3 and 4 and play the cut at the same time if you'd like.
Safety rin, ha?
Justin decided to bank at it.
Kita.
Will it get there?
Kita.
I can't tell. It looks like the 7 might have him covered.
Covered by the 7? Covered by 7 or not? I think there's a shot
The hit
for EFREN. EFREN can hit it.
is inevitable. I don't believe EFREN can miss the hit, but it looks like let's see what he does.
Oh,
Okay, he
sumablay
could
pa.
see the ball. He
Buti
had
na
to
lang,
use
very
a
lucky pa rin,
maximum
no?
inside English. He might have overcooked it just a hair
Safety pa.
to where the cue ball didn't get back in time. And sometimes on this newer cloth, when you're
Mahirap ang
putting
kick shot niyan.
somewhat of a masse or an inside English on it to swerve
Pwede
around another
to
ball,
rail.
it won't come back as quick as you think, just because of the freshness of the cloth. But he did okay
To rail ang
due to the
gagawin
green
niya dyan, kick
6.
Yun, ako, patay ka.
Yeah, he's come short of
Kung
that
sakali,
kick.
6-4 to 6-4.
And that was the only way it could go wrong, in my opinion. You catch the backside or the bottom side, you're going to get some type of separation there and probably some cover. EFREN back to the table and off to the races
5-4,
again.
6-4.
I see the only work here is probably from the 3 to the 4 to the 5.
Yun.
Center table. I like the play. Perfect speed. Unless he's falling dead straight, I think he's good.
Five.
Yes, he is good.
Very good.
Game number 10.
5
Reyes
tapos
looking to
6.
take a lead of 2 games.
Nandyan lang yung 6, kaya
6-4.
dito sa side pocket niya titignan.
These balls
Kasi
all
ang
lead
7
to each
nandyan din.
other.
Side pocket din yung 7. Yun.
Wants to get flat here. He's got
Tapos
flat
yung 8.
enough.
Nako.
Even
6-4 na nga.
probably
6-4.
better than that. He's going to go right towards the 8. He's going to get nice and tight. Good to go. He's got options here. I don't know if he's got the angle to just pinch back, or does he have to go to the rail?
May mga maintenance na
I
medicine
think he
na kaya
can
to.
pinch back. He could also go forward.
Or okay pa rin. Okay pa rin
That's
siguro
what
kaya
he's done. He's
nakapaglaro
pinched
pa
it. Pinched it nicely. The magic rack getting into the match.
6-4.
Reyes does take a 6-4 lead, game number 10. He will have the break. And you've got to wonder what's going through Justin Voke's mind at this point. He had ball in hand and then chose to 3-foul him and ended up losing that game, and he was going to take a 5-4 lead. So can you go back to that point in this match and say that could have had a lot to do with what's happening now? I don't really know. I'm not in Justin's mind. Hopefully he's forgotten about it. But looking back, if he watches this, you've got to wonder if he realizes that that was possibly the incorrect decision. Reyes to break these balls. Let's keep an eye on the green 6 and see if it tracks towards the top side. One rail. Well, it was tracking.
Dry
Watch
break.
the 9 for the golden break, and he's done it. He
Nice.
wants the thumbs up. The seal of approval is there.
7-4.
And Reyes takes
Ang
a
galing,
7-4 lead with a
Nawasok
3-game
yung line.
gap, and Justin Voke is back to 1%.
1% na naman.
And I must say, EFREN hit those balls quite well. He got a lot of action out
Nine,
of all the
pumasok
object
yung
balls. Yeah, and I'd also like to know in the comments, just let me know, should he have gone for the run out, or should he have played that safe to try and 3-foul Reyes? He's
Pumasok
mishit
na
these
naman, ha?
balls a little bit. He is going to come
Medyo
away with the shot
gumanda-gandang
on the
break
one, but it is no give me.
Magician ngayon. Nakachamba pa ng 9
EFREN
kanina.
is great at the kill shot. He could play the cut.
1 ball, pwede
I think
yan.
there's a defensive
Kaya ni
play
EFREN
as
yan, kaso
well.
lang
He could bring the cue
sa
ball 2
edad lang niya
rails to the
ngayon,
thin side of the
yung
one.
focus
1-2
niya,
behind the
hindi
3-6-8.
na ganong sharp tulad dati.
Like
Sinafety niya,
this.
sinafety. Safety shot. Ang ganda.
And he's done a very good
Ganda.
job.
Oo, ganda. Nakablock
No
yung
jump cues
three ball.
allowed. You can jump with your playing cue or your break cue, I believe, but no jump cues allowed.
Walang jump cue.
So you have to
Hindi
use
pwedeng
your
gumamit.
playing cue. I was just
Yung playing
informed.
cue ang gagamitin mo pang jump. Galing ha.
Justin
No
needs to
jump
go
cue
to, I
is allowed
believe,
daw.
somewhere
ang,
around the chalk almost. Maybe a little
rules
further up
nung
or to the
tournament na
right.
to.
Now, what do you plan to do, though? Do you want to catch it full?
Sobrang haba kasi pag pang jump mo yung
See, he's taking this path again, and I noticed this earlier in the
Playing
match.
cue.
He did get success with it last time, but I don't think you can create distance
yung
this
jump cue
way
kasi medyo maiksi.
versus
Kaya,
going at the one rail kick.
magaling din sa
He's done a
kick
great
shot.
job and hit the
Oo,
pro side again.
magaling din sa kick shot to
But
si
this is the problem.
Justin.
I don't really see how you get away from
Two rail kick
leaving
shot yun.
a good shot. Separation just isn't there. You can believe it. Reyes
right
wants
tayo.
to take advantage, and he's missed
Miss siya.
the one.
Iba na talaga.
So maybe
Yung
Justin
kabataan
Voke
niya
knew
yun,
he was doing
hindi
all
walang
along.
mintis yun.
I'm not going to question that. Do not want to overhit this. Somewhere out in the center of the table again, and I know I say that a lot, but playing this game, it seems to be
7-4.
where you want to be more often than not, and this will work. Does he have an angle here where he's going into the 8? It does not look like it to me, so I believe he can just draw back here.
Yes, he have
Just
an
get close to the
angle
4. Nicely done. He's
Galing.
actually overdrawn this ball, but I think it lays nicely.
here.
He can play the
Side
5 in the
pocket.
top right.
Side pocket, tapos...
If I'm seeing the angle correctly, basically draw between the 7 and 5. Yeah, and he's done
Bang,
well
ganda.
there. He didn't want to catch any of the
Galing,
5. He's going to be okay.
Dito yung 6 sa kabila naman. Madali na lang.
Won't overhit this either.
Madali sa kanya. Hindi sa akin. Oh,
Well,
kulang
he's
sa
let up,
ano,
actually. He's decelerated or mishit the cue ball.
kulang sa ano,
This is close.
back shot or
So he's taken the extension off, I've just noticed. Is he jumping a piece of this ball? Might be jumping just a
little bit jump.
edge of the 7.
Medyo naka-block ang ata siya dun. Jumping nga, oh. Bang, galing ah.
Yeah, nicely done. He
Galing.
has not overdrawn it either.
Galing din ni
Easy
Justin.
to overdraw that ball. One more good shot here. In game number 12, Voke could come back within 2.
Derby City Classic Round 4. EFREN Reyes versus Justin Volk.
I think you just roll this in with it. You can use a little bit of a punch stroke, but you just don't want to. You want to utilize the entire pocket here. So medium speed is about as hard as you want to hit it. Just a little
7-5 kung
below
manalo
center
siya
cue
dyan.
ball here.
7-5.
Yeah, he's hit it
Yun.
real cleanly. A little firmer than a lot of guys would have liked, but he's accurate with the shot. All is well.
7-5.
Looking at where he wants to be on the 9. He's got a reach here, but he does have the extension.
Yun.
Pretty quick there, a little snatchy.
Medyo
To get within 2.
napalakas kunti.
This 9 ball.
Ayos.
Nicely done, Justin
7-5.
Voke within 2 games after game number 12. Back to break. He's had some success later in this match with the break. It has evaded him from time to time. And you've just got to wonder if they're playing this ball behind the 1, if they're playing it one rail to the side pocket. EFREN playing to get to 9 before Justin. Needs 2 games. Justin needs 4. They have Voke at 3%. I still
3%
think
na.
that's a little low,
7-5.
obviously.
Pag nag-8-5, 1% ulit siya. Balik.
Let's not forget, EFREN has also had a golden break.
Oh, kanina.
So let's keep our eye
13,
on the blue
12 sa
2.
11.
Will it track
number
one
11
rail
ata.
to the lower side?
Pumasok ang 9 sa break ni EFREN. Ito hindi ganong power yung ang break niya, oh. Pero
Really bearing down
yung pumapasok din, oh. Hindi ganong
Okay,
kalakasan.
so that tells me he's hit
medyo
him a
dry break siya ngayon, dry break.
if the
Anak
2
ko,
comes
nandyan
long
yung
at
1
the
ball sa
side.
harapan lang.
Interesting break there. I definitely would like to experiment with that a little bit more. But I do say this, and I will say it again, I think these top
8-5
players
to, ubos ni EFREN yan.
would know all about that, and they continue to play the 1 before anything else. Does the 2 pass the 7? This tells me it does not at the speed he hit it at.
Mukhang nakablock.
Notice where he pointed his cue.
Nakablock ang 7 niya.
It might go as quick as he's
Or,
getting down
combination.
on this ball. Or is he going behind the 7?
Safety.
Well, he tried to get
Pero
behind the
kita.
7. Got down on that
Baka
pretty
pwede
quick.
pang pasok sa side pocket ni Justin to. Kita yung 2 ball.
Does Justin have an angle to miss the 4, or is he going towards the 4 here? This is kind of the angle that will fool you a little bit, but this is better than no angle.
Better
On the
than no
camera.
angle.
He's taking a lot of time. It tells me that angle does send the cue ball towards the 4.
Combination, papuntang 8.
Just gonna have to
4 ba ito
manufacture
nandiyan sa
something
corner?
here.
Doon niya pinapapasok sana.
Notice him, the draw
Ba?
stroke.
Gumanda rin naging
Plan
safety
B
pa.
is in effect. He did get safe or get away with it.
Nag-safety pa. Naging
These are
safety
the
pa.
type of kicks that EFREN controls. I would not be surprised if Voke comes up with nothing here. EFREN playing some type of a safe behind the 6 and 7.
Tama.
And he has done that.
Nag-safety din. Basta
But
safety
there is
talaga,
a
naglalabanan
pretty
ka na
nice
EFREN.
alley.
Pag
Voke
gusto ng
looking to
kalaban
play
niya
the
na
6,
safety ang
whereas in
laban,
my opinion, I think
lalabanan
you can
talaga ni
use a
EFREN.
high ball which acts as low here
Pero pag na-kick shot
Catch
niya yan,
the
baka
two
papasok
pretty
yung
heavy
8 ball doon sa
and
kabila.
use the 6 and 7 as
Foul shot.
blockers. And he got real quick with the stroke. Took his eye off of the prize there and caught the 6 going in.
Saan ang butas
That's going
niya?
to give Reyes ball in hand.
Sa side pocket? O doon sa corner? Sa corner doon, sa kabila. Yung 3 balls nandun sa malayo.
So he's left himself the angle to go below or above the 6 here is what I'm looking at. I think he's put himself close to straight in, so he can play the 3 in the lower left corner. Cue ball is so close to the 2 that this isn't an easy shot, even with ball in hand.
Mag-wiggle. Patay ka.
Yeah.
7-6 to.
Sometimes when you're that
Balik na naman
close to the ball,
sa
going with distance,
10% si
it makes it a little difficult.
Nine-
So Reyes
10-90.
rattling the deuce.
Ngayon 90 ano ba yung sabi niya kanina?
Justin
96
slowing down a little
4%
bit,
ata.
probably a little disappointed, but he's got to let that last error go, take advantage of this, and climb within 1 game.
7-6 kung sakali. Ang
It's
mahirap
nicely
din dyan,
done.
no?
You
Ang
want
dami
to carry your
nakablanka.
angle to the 5,
Nakablock.
whether you get below the 4 here or
Yung 4
above
balls,
it.
yung 4 balls pala
Just
yung
don't want to
malapit sa
land
corner.
straight.
Corner pocket.
Everything else leads to
Kiss
each
niya
other.
sa 4.
You've just got to get to the 5.
Or combination dito sa isa. Ay, talagang
Nice, very nice. Love
Galing,
the
ah.
angle.
Tamang-tama, sa 5,
Keep
pwede
the
niyang
cue ball
dalhin
to
yung
a
cue ball
minimum
dito.
here. 1 rail up to the 5.
Ay, yan pala ang 4 ball, hindi pitong dito sa pocket.
With a pinch of right on it, just to miss the 9. Watch it.
Yun, galing
It's going to be okay. Didn't want to land on the rail like this. Now he's got to be a little concerned
pala
about
yung
the cue
nasa,
ball going towards the 6. I think he's good.
It's good.
You could put a touch of left on this, just a touch to straighten the cue ball up. I think he's going to be fine here.
Sabi niya kanina, it's
Really
better
need to
that
put your
there's an
focus in
angle than
potting
nothing.
the 5.
Mas maganda nga may konting angle naman kaysa talagang nakablock lahat ng
I
bola.
like
Hindi,
the
wala kang
time he's taking.
tira. Hindi mo kita yung titirahin mo.
I like the fact that he got off the ball there as well. If you don't feel good on it, you
7-6.
reset. Okay, the cue ball was tracking towards the 6, but he did his
Side pocket.
job
Side
and
pocket pa
got
rin
it
yan.
down. And now he's got options. He can hit this real thin with an inside or just play it with a running English, which is what most players are going to do and come to the
Side pocket pa rin tinira niya.
2-rail angle out towards the 7.
Kailangan soft lang tira. Kasi ang 7 nandyan.
Just like so. Should be okay.
Pwede.
You don't really need to look at where you want to be on the 8. Put your focus in the 7.
Huwag na shoot yung 7
Take
na
what
wala
the
nang
table
problema.
gives you.
Nandyan lang yung 8 sa malapit
Anywhere
sa
out the
butas.
center of the table, he should be
Nasa
good.
butas na ang 8. Ako! Kamalas naman.
Caught this bowl a fraction heavy or thick.
Oo.
It's going to
Malas
cost him
naman.
dearly.
Very lucky naman si Magician.
Well, I am. EFREN
Mukhang
gonna
napalakas
get
ah.
away with this one. He thought that he hit it to the low side where it was basically going to rest near that magic rack. Cue ball did slow down
Pero
in
ayos pa rin.
time. He's going to be fine.
Ayos pa rin. It's better than there's no angle at all.
Let
8-5.
me reiterate or say this again, excuse me, not reiterate. That is not the magic rack. That is the AccuRack.
Accurate. 8-5
Never
do.
Reyes
1%
leads
ulit
8
si ano,
games
balik
to
sa 8.
5.
Sa 1%. Balik sa 1% si Justin.
Voke goes down to a 1% shot. And
Sabi
that's a
ko na
little
nga
more realistic,
Sabi
right?
ko na nga
Reyes
ba,
needs
1%
one
na lang.
game. I get that. But I don't know about at the start of the match, and I don't know about what those percentages were when it was 4 apiece. Voke was what, 6%? Or 10%? I think it was 10%.
10%.
So
1%.
you be the judge.
10%, 1%. Kanina
Game
10.
number 14 to come. Let's see how Reyes breaks these balls.
Wala na.
I
Panalo
am
na
slightly
si-
fascinated, if you can't tell, about the ball behind the 1, going 1 rail up towards the side, which would be the 4 of this game. He's putting notice the inside English he's put on that. That's actually twisting the 4 up above the side. And he has come up dry. The 2 does play.
Dry break.
Is the
Pero
5 an issue here
One ball.
for Voke going
Ang 2
forward?
balls na kadikit sa
gotten
6.
down
Sa
awful
6.
Oh, he stayed still, though. Went through the ball. When he goes through the ball correctly,
Side pocket siguro.
his percentages go way up. Takes his time. He's got a nice stroke. It's only when he gets a little snatchy or quick with the cue that things go haywire. Is he looking to cross this? I thought it played in the side, and I know it plays in the side if you get
Sa
a
side na
little
lang.
lower.
Total medyo nakaabante naman yung 6 kaya hindi ma-bad shot. Good shot.
Yeah, he was very concerned about it, the way it looked. He's definitely got some work to do. This
3
does play
balls.
natural, though.
Yung 4 nandoon sa kabila.
Put you're focusing on potting the 3, you should get some type of position for the 4 in the top right. The only other challenge I see right now is from the 5 to the 6. But if you get on the 4 properly, that shouldn't be an issue.
Yun,
Needs it to settle.
medyo
Yeah.
maganda-ganda. 4,
So
5.
he's elevated now over the 9.
Elevated
He's
ba?
also
Hindi. Pwede
contending
nang
with
hindi.
a pretty steep angle.
Elevated nga siguro. Kung talagang papasukin mo yung
I
4 doon
believe the
sa
5 does pass
corner.
the 8,
Pwedeng
but coming
pumasok
to
ang
the
5
short
sa
side,
8. Medyo
dangerous.
nakawang. Malaki naman ang
You want to stay well
space
above it. Keep
ng
away
8
from the
saka
corner
sa
pocket.
rail.
Nice and smooth. He looks good.
Kinis
Well,
niya.
he got quick in the backswing again. His practice strokes were great. Everything looked good. Then he got real quick in that final backswing. Causes big time inaccuracy. Practice strokes want to be like your final stroke. Did get away with it. The 4 did play off the 8. Pretty quick again there in the backswing. He does have a nice stroke. When he goes through the ball purely, it looks real nice. Do need to stay steady here.
Patay kang bata
And he's
ka.
just overcut it a fraction. He actually didn't hit that too bad.
Kanina meron din
Just
siyang
gives you an
ganyang tira.
idea of how tight these pockets have
Hindi,
gotten
hindi nahulog
later
yung bola.
in the tournament. It has everything to do
Nako,
with this
nandyan lang mga
cloth
bola.
getting worn in.
Wala na to, game na to.
EFREN Reyes looking to take this win, advance to round 5,
Oh,
and it's been a pleasure. I hope you all have enjoyed it. And I am about right now going to make EFREN a 99% favorite to win this match. What do you all
99.
think? I am your host, Scott
100.
Frost. Reyes is going to
99,
get it
100.
down. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the match. Until next time,
okay.
take care.
Thank you. So, nanalo na naman ang ating magician kahit sa edad niyang 69 years old sa taon na yan, 2023. Andun pa rin mga tira ni EFREN. Kaso lang, minsan, pagka medyo long shot na, iba na focus niya sa, siyempre yung mata niya, iba na. Kaysa dati nung bata pa siya, na walang sablay. Ngayon, medyo, pero nandun pa lahat pa rin. Halos nandun pa rin tira niya. Kinakatakutan pa rin yan pag nasa tournament siya, sumali siya sa tournament. O sige po, yung mga hindi pa nakapag-subscribe, paki-subscribe naman at saka maraming salamat sa panunood nyo sa dito sa channel ko. Hanggang sa susunod muli, kita-kita-kits tayo sa susunod. Thank you so much. Bye muna ngayon.